Hi. Hello, everyone. All right. So tonight, thank you for all you guys joining. Um, we're going to give it a few minutes to get started, but we're going to go ahead and show you guys what we're going to make tonight. This very fun, cute little cactus cake, little festive. So yeah, okay, so I'm going to give it a few minutes and see who is joining us. Okay. All right. Hang on 1 second. Okay. All right. Hello, Summer. Hey, Charlotte. All right. For those of you guys just joining in, we're going to be making this very fun, cute little Fiesta cactus cake. Got some ice malt here. Got some actual melting chocolate here for the rocks, and then of course painting on fondant. So use a little bit of watercolors. So I'm gonna give it a few more minutes, see who is going to be joining us. Hey Karen, how are you? So, all right, get that ready. So, okay. So I think I'm actually gonna go ahead and get started. So once again, we are making this very fun, festive cactus cake. Okay. So yeah. All right. So what I'm gonna start off first with is ice malt. Okay. So, but before we start the ice malt, we're actually gonna do some of the prep work. Okay. So for this, if you notice, I've done, it looks like a bunch of circles that are basically cut in half, which they are, pretty much. So what we're going to use for that is cookie cutters. Okay, 3 round cookie cutters, pretty much the same size. Okay, and then for the top, for the little flower here, fun. Oops, just lost a rock. Oh well, you go right back on. So anyways, a little flower on top. We're going to use little flower cookie cutter. Okay, so in order for the isomalt to not adhere to this metal, which it will, we have to grease it a little bit. So you can use different things like Pam cooking spray, actual like olive oil or oil, something like that. I usually use vegetable shortening. I usually have it available because you know, work with cakes, you work with all that fun stuff. So it's available. So what you do is you just take a little bit of it on your finger and just rotate it around the cookie cutter. You don't want to grease it on too heavy, but you don't want to be too light either. It's just a nice moderate amount on there, just to make sure that your isomalt lake comes off, you know? All right, so that's one down. We'll do the other 2. Okay. By the way, happy Friday, everyone. For those of you who work a Monday through Friday job like myself, I am so happy it is gonna be the weekend. I'm so happy. It's been a long week. So I actually work in a garden center full time. So obviously it's spring, so it is immensely crazy right now. But it's a good crazy. It's very busy. Luckily I work with a lot of really fun people, so that definitely makes the job go by a lot better. Okay, I'm also doing the metal flower as well. This one's a little different just because it's got so many notches in it, little crevices. So you want to make sure that you get all those little crevices in there, because that's one of the pains about it is if you get one little part of those crevices that do not have any of the grease in there, it's very hard to get the isomalt out. And sometimes you basically have to like little chip it, you know, like punch it out, so the isomalt will come off. So, okay, so that part is done. I'm gonna wipe my hands. Okay. All right, so now, all right, let's see, so, move my stuff here real quick. Okay, so I'm actually going to move the camera down for a little while. And if I can't see your comments, I apologize. I will try my very best, but if I haven't answered them during the live, I'll be able to answer them afterwards in the comments, okay? So I just wanna make that clear, okay? Here we go. Okay. All right, now, so I have here my cookie cutters on a tray like this. So basically I can set it off to the side. Now sometimes with these cookie cutters, they're not incredibly even and some of the isomalt will leak out. Oh, that's weird. So I usually put some weights on the cookie cutters as well. These I'm just using metal bars that I usually use to make my candies with. I know a lot of you guys have seen these on like viral videos and all, where they pour the sugar mixture in and start mixing the colors and whatnot. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna use for this. I've got two here that are the same height. Actually uses all three. And then, yeah, so that's how they're basically going to sit. But until then, we're gonna pour isomalt, okay? So before I start pouring the isomalt, which I already preheated, okay, anyways, sorry, I just got sidetracked for a second. All right, so before I pour the isomalt, I'm actually gonna put on some gloves. These are heat safety gloves. It's a two-part. You got the cotton glove and then you have the nitrile glove, okay? Oh, thought I just heard a little thunder in the background. Would be nice to get some rain. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the pink first. I'll just pour it in like so. Okay, I'm just gonna pour a little dot just for the top, just the middle of the flower. Okay, that's that. And then the green. Okay, just pouring it in. Like so. I'll pour a little more in this one, because I don't think I got enough in there. I'll pour a little one in this one too, because again, I don't think I had enough. All right, so for this, I'm just gonna scoop out what I can. Okay, just gonna scoop out. All right, I think that's got it. Okay, how we doing so far? Let's see. All right, everybody's just watching, no comments or anything. All right. All right, so with this, I'm going to go ahead and use my torch. You'll see a lot of surface bubbles, so I'm just kind of spraying those off. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of white. I'm using Americolor white airbrush color. Now when you color isomalt, you need to use airbrush colors, or you can use powder colors. Never, ever, ever use gel. Never, ever, ever. Okay, so I'm gonna use a little bit of the white while this isomalt is still warm. I'm gonna take it and kind of swirl it in. Need a little more. You know what? That's just not working, so we're just gonna do this. Whew. Okay. That one here. Can you believe it's already starting to set? Whew. Goodness. That's okay. I'll just warm it back up. All right. Just give it a little visual interest in it by just adding a little white swirl to it. Yeah, nothing much, nothing big. Like I said, it just gives a little visual interest. Okay, and to even it out, I'm just gonna hit it with a torch one more time. Get some more of those surface bubbles off. Okay. And it's actually doing pretty good. I see no leaks, so we're in good shape. And I'm just gonna go ahead and add this down just to, as a safety precaution, and that guy down here. Okay, get that off. Okay, I'll set this off to the side, right behind me on the sofa. There we go. Okay. All right, we'll let that cool. Go ahead and take off the gloves. Hey, Carol Ann. Okay. All right, so next we're gonna work on a little painting. Actually, you know what? Let's start on the rocks first. Let's do that first. Okay. All right, so turn off my heat lamp. Okay. Okay, so what I have here is just basically melting wafers, white melting wafers. You can get it at the Hobby Lobby, Amazon. These are the Merkins ones, but you don't have to use Merkins. You can use any others. Okay. And what I do is just break it up. You can use a like this to smash them up pretty good. That's always a lot of fun. But for this, I'm just actually going to take, I already did a few, but I'm just going to take them, just kind of break them up with my fingers, just because it's pretty soft. But if you need to get out some aggression, go for it. You know, that's always fun. Okay. Okay. And one more more set of wafers here. And I'll show you guys why I am breaking it up in a bag here in just a second. Make sure I get them pretty small with just a few big. Okay. All right. So now I'm just going to open the bag. Oop. There's one couple right here. And just a couple of these. Okay, done. All right, so for this, basically because it's chocolate and it's an oil based, I'm going to use some Karen Portoleo paint along with a little bit of diluter. This is fast acting, so it dries very quickly. If any of you guys have ever used any of her paints, these are the ones to go to if you are painting on modeling chocolate or just doing a little project like this. It is phenomenal. Like, you can't go wrong with this. So, okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put a little drop right here of her paint. Ooh. Just a little. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of diluter in here. Just a little. Okay. And then just gonna kind of stretch a little bit, getting some of the chocolate, not all of it, just some of it. And you can use any color that you want to. I figured some would be a little brown, some would be a little white. So it gives it a nice texture and variation. And then there you go, voila. You got rocks, edible rocks, just like that, easy peasies, and fun to eat. Yay. So, all right, so that's pretty much that. Okay. I'm gonna set this off to the side. And then move on to the painting of it, okay? Move our paints over here. How's nice and all doing? Pretty good. Okay. All right, so for this is gonna be my paint palette. It's easy to throw away, it's cheap, and for me, less fuss. I like that. So that's what we're gonna use. All right, so again, I'm using AmeriColor, but this is a gel base this time. Okay, so I'm gonna use a little bit of the red, royal blue, sky blue, and lemon yellow. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the sky blue. Okay, and I'm just gonna put some right here. Okay, oh, there we go. Let's see, I thought I had some paintbrushes here. Yeah, got it, okay. And then to dilute a little bit, I'm actually gonna put a dilution solution in there. I know it's in a different kind of bottle, but yeah, they do sell what is called dilution solution in various places. I know the Sweet Chalet sells it, and it is amazing to thin down like your gel paints. You can also thin them down with alcohol, like vodka, if you want to. But for this, I'm going to use dilution solution. You just put a little bit, mix it in with your gel colors. And you can add as little or a lot as you want. Okay, and then I'm just starting in the back and just kind of working my way around. Okay, why is this? Okay, I was say, why does it look a little green? Probably because I need to clean my brush here. Hang on a second. Okay. All right, let's kind of thin out a little bit. Okay. Just kind of going through here. Well, like I said, you can put as much or little paint as you want on here. I'm just trying to do like a small amount on the bottom. Now, of course, you would never touch cakes like this and keep going up and down like that. But again, this is styrofoam. This is a demo. And normally, if you have a real cake, you would be on a stand that rotates. So just, just bear with me here. Okay. Just a little bit more paint. Hey, Jessie Ann. Tell you what, wish we could paint cakes like this. It'd make our lives a lot easier, wouldn't it? Okay, almost done with the first layer of sky blue. Okay. All right, next. Okay. Yeah, let me clean this off with alcohol, actually. Oh yeah, much better. Okay. All right, now our next color will be red. It's a hard red to get open, my goodness. Yeesh. Okay, a little bit there. Again, our dilution solution. And I put a lot more red than I did the blue just because we're gonna use red up at the top. So, okay. Okay. Just keep going around with the red. And you notice with this painting, I'm not doing like smooth, like perfect lines. Because again, you want it to look like it's hand painted with a little bit of like abstract watercolor thing going on. So, because again, it's fun. It's festive. It's fiesta. Okay. Okay, that's that. All right, clean my brush again. Next, we're gonna, you know what? We'll do the top red while we still have the red. That way I'm not changing it up again. So we're just continuing to paint the top of the cake. And again, you don't want it too perfect, you know. I mean, you could if you wanted to, if you're wanting to do the cake, but for this one, I'm not, and I'm usually pretty much a perfectionist, but for this, no, it's gonna be fun. And again, it's supposed to look hand painted, so that's what we're gonna go for. That is the look that we are going for. And again, I'm not worried about up here. I'm just doing the insides, but this is all going to be covered up with the rocks towards the end. Here. Okay. All right, now it's time to switch colors. Next, we're going to yellow. Make sure I get out all this red, because otherwise the yellow will start to turn orange. Okay. How's everyone doing out there? Doing all right? Probably getting ready for the weekend. Okay. All right, so next stripe will be the yellow. So again, I'm going to start from the back, work my way around. I find it gets a little easier the higher you go up with the stripes. If you've already done a few, you know. Okay, and just so I ain't got to change colors again, I'm gonna go up here at the top with my yellow as well. Okay. All right, I'm actually gonna put a little more on the yellow stripe down here before I change it up with the blue. Okay. All right. By the way, thank you guys who have tuned in right now. Really appreciate it. I know Friday nights are probably not like the best nights to have lives and everything. But I had a little schedule conflict and really wanted to do this. So Melinda was great enough to change it to Friday. But nice part is this will be on replay. So, you know, if you didn't get a chance to watch it now, you'll be able to watch it at your convenience. Okay, all right, and then the last stripe will be the navy blue. I'm sorry, royal blue. Right here. A little bit darker blue. Okay. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of, there we go, dilution solution to it. Okay, again, starting with the back, working my way around. Okay, noticing that blue is not as dark as I want, so I'm going to go back just with a heavier, thicker blue with not as much dilution solution on it, just to give it a nice distinction between the lighter blue down below. Okay, that's got that. There we go. Yay. Okay. All right. So we're going to set this off to the side. Carefully roll this up. Set it off to the side. Okay. Again, carefully roll that up. You know what? Paper towel. Okay. So that's got that. All right. And then let's check our isomalt. Should be ready. Yep, it is ready. Okay. I'll move these paints over here. Oops. Let's have a little more space. And that one. Okay. Let me put on my, just these gloves, not the thicker ones. This is so it just doesn't stick and whatnot. I know it's getting a little humid, so. Okay, so we're gonna take that. Pop it out, just like that. Yay. Okay, and I'm gonna turn it upside down and torch the back side of it just to get rid of a lot of the impressions left from this mat. I don't know if you guys can see it. But yeah. Let's sit for a sec. I'm gonna do the same thing with the little dot that I made. Okay. Okie dokie. All right, go ahead and pop these out. usually do come out early, easier. But these are wanting to be stubborn. Sometimes you just have to be a little patient with them. There we go, there's one. See, that came out a lot better. That wasn't as stubborn. Even easier on that one. 3. Okay. All right. So that one's good. So we're gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna torch this and a little bit of that, just so the top will adhere. Just like that. And just like that, we got a little flower. Yay. Okay. All right, so now here's a little bit of a tricky thing. So to cut these in half, we are going to heat this knife up very hot and basically cut it like that. Okay, so if you are not comfortable with doing this, I advise you not. But I usually, if you're going to do this, get a knife that has a handle on it that's not metal. Okay. All right, then come down. And it breaks just like that. Okay. All right. Wipe off the excess. And then do this next one here. I think I'll start that one. I usually find where the 2 metal pieces meet. So that'll be like my top. I don't know if you can see it here or not. It's got like a little notch on top from where they, you know, the end of the cookie cutters met. So. Just like that, those 2. Wipe off the excess. Okay, and third and last one. Okay. You can still see that, right? Okay. Wipe off the excess while it's still hot. Now, if you have like a little bit left on your knife, you can always put a towel wrapped up in water, like a very wet towel, wrap the knife and just let it sit, and the water will dissolve the ice malt. So pretty easy cleanup. Okay, now that we have our halves, all right, so I'm actually going to use this little stick, wooden stick, and we're just going to basically put them all together like so, okay, within the stick. All right, so I will need this. All right, so I'm actually just going to stick it through here just to give a little stability. Okay. All right, so I'm actually going to take each piece, torch it just like so, and it'll stick right on there, just like that. Come here. Yep, and I didn't torch it. Torch it up. There we go. Okay, just hold it there for like a minute. Okay. And then go ahead and torch the next one for the opposite side of here. Okay. All right, next we're gonna do this side here. Now, I will say this, guys, if you are not comfortable with holding the torch with the isomalt like in your hand, then definitely do not do it. I've just been doing this for many years, and but again, if you are uncomfortable with doing it, I would advise not. I'm actually gonna move this one to the side just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. What I did was I actually just moved this one just a little closer instead of having like a quad kind of thing. Just moved it up, moved it closer to one side. This one's going to be closer to this other side here. Okay. Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and do the opposite side. All right, and we'll do the last piece. Now, like I said, you don't have to hold it in your hand while it's torching. You can lean it on your silicone mat here, and just torch it like so. Now you will get a little bit of your mat, but that's okay. There. And I'm just going to torch a little more. Okay. And then put this in like that. And then there we go. All right. So far, so good, right? Yay. So far, looking more like an isomalt cactus. Okay. We're actually going to put the flower on a little later. So we're going to set this off to the side. Okay. Okay, so for this, now we got to make the part where it's, you have the little ripples here and whatnot. So, okay, and I just realized I didn't have my glue. So hang on one second, let me get that. Okay, there we go. I'm back. So, all right, for this, I'm just gonna use a little bit of satin ice fondant. Oh, by the way, for the isomalt, I also used satin ice as well. So, just in case you wanted to know, that you're more than welcome to use any brand of isomalt that you feel comfortable using. Okay, I'm just gonna roll this out. Nice and soft. Okay. And then I'm just gonna roll it out. I don't want it too thin either. I want to make it just kind of thick. Okay, just like that. Okay. Okay. And then forgot my X-Acto knife. Okay, hang on one second. Okay. Alrighty then. So, just take my X-Acto knife, cut it like that. Just gonna go back over that. Cut off that, cut off that. Alright, so now we have one stretch of basically little thorns that we can put on here. Okay. I'm actually gonna redo that one. There we go. Yeah, that actually looks a lot better. Yep. So, okay. All right, so now I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on here. Just like that. Just so it sticks very well. And then put up here like that. All the way down. And I'm probably just gonna cut it when it gets closer to the end down here, like that. And then voila, you got one side. Easy peasies. Okay, next. Yeah, I'm not really sure what tool this is called. I know it does like this style. It does like these little like ripples here as well. And it does like a finished fine cut too. Oh, I got this from, oh, it was a Wilton. It's a Wilton product. Oh. Tell how long I've had that. Okay, all right, so we're just gonna put this on here like so. Again, cut it towards the end, and then just kind of push it up. Okay. Okay. All right, so this side's already cut. I'm just gonna use the straight edge all the way down. Okay, I should be able to do 2 more sides with this. Before I have to cut again, I'm gonna put the glue on the other side here too. Might as well. Okay. All right, and then we'll do the same thing over here. All right, now one more. Just cut along here. Okay, just gonna put some glue here and glue there. Too thick. Yeah, that was just a little too thick there. Okay. All right, yeah, it's just coming together. Just coming together. All right, one more side. All right, and then we'll be able to put everything together. And then got your little cactus cake here. It's almost like a stained glass kind of cactus cake, you know? It's actually kind of cool. Very, very, very unique. Okay. All right. So to cover up the little wood hole, the wood stick that we used, I'm just going to put a little glue there. And then this way the ice melt will actually stick to that glue. But to cover it up, just going to put a little bit of fondant, black fondant first. Put a little more glue, and then the flour. Okay. Press it in, make sure it's in there good, and voila. All right, I'm gonna put the fondant back in the pail before we finish putting everything together. Okay. All right, so here is our cake. All right, and then that's the back side. Whoop, here's the front side. All right. Now I'm gonna pick which side I want for the front. Let's do piece right there. Let's do this as the front. I like that. So just picking it up, putting it in like that. Pick where I want it, and just basically push it in. Voila, just like that. Okay. And then we'll use the rocks and then just place them around. Here. As they go everywhere. Yeah, so if they have not dried yet, they're going to be a little sticky. Just heads up. So. Okay. More left. Okay. Oh, down here, one fell. Ugh. Okay, and that's it. There you have it. Get rid of that there. Oh. All right, so there we have it. Stunning, cute little cactus cake. Yay! Ew, look at that. Look at that. Kind of see-through. Kind of fun. Okay, so I'm gonna lift up here on the thing. Hello. Okay, well that's it. Yay. What fun, huh? So, here it is again. A finished project. Now if you're wondering about why it's so shiny, it will get a matte finish once it dries. But that's just part of what the dilution solution does. But it will air dry, so it'll be fine. But yeah, so that's it. Yep, nice isomalt. You see the white little swirls in there? So much fun. Yeah, so. All right, and like I said, if you have any questions or comments or anything, just put them actually in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Okay, and yeah, so looking forward to a fun weekend with all the other instructors who will be doing their demos as well. So be sure to look at the lineup. And yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining. Oh, by the way, my name is Tammy Varela. I am owner of Artistry Candies. Yes, I used to be Artistic Cake Designs, but I switched over to candies as of this year. And it's been a blast. So yeah. If you'd like to follow, please join me at Artistry Candies. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. And I'll be sure to put the tags in the Facebook comments very soon. So if you'd like to follow. And thank you so much. Appreciate it. And have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.